Hey guys, happy Sunday. Roxanne here again with Light for the World. So I want to take a look at a couple of events and see if they give us any insight into the end times and the Great Tribulation, the Abomination of Desolation, etc. So I'm going to talk about five major events that kind of happen. We know that part of the end times prophecy is that there would be some sort of peace deal made by a prince. This is in the book of Daniel. A prince would make a peace deal, some kind of 7-year peace deal, and halfway in between it would be broken. There would be an abomination set up in a holy place. Something like that. Let's see. My gosh, I'm forgetting what I was going to say. Oh, okay. So, in the book of Daniel, it talks about a prince that will be doing this peace deal. And I wonder if a prince may be, in the biggest sense of the word, it may be some sort of spiritual entity that operates through a human vessel here. A spiritual entity from the kingdom of darkness, from some of the angels and the fallen angels in heaven that operate through entities here. Okay, so we know a prince sets up a peace treaty. So let's look at a couple of events. I'm going to look at the Abraham Accords. Let's look at the date that the Hamas-led groups launched the recent attack on Israel. Let's look at a recent discovery from February 2024 where obelisk-like materials were discovered in the human gut. Let's also look at an announcement made in January by the Surgeon General in Florida. And then we'll look at the red heifer, supposedly red heifer sacrifice that might happen before Passover, and see how this might fit into Bible prophecy. Okay, let's start first of all with the Abraham Accords. They were made back in September 15th, 2020, probably just around the feast time, around the Feast of Tabernacle times. Donald Trump was involved. Let's see, here we are right here. Look at the picture on the right. The peace accords were made September 15th, 2020, and those that were part of the peace accords were Donald Trump, the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Bahrain, Benjamin Netanyahu, and the United Arab Emirates. Somebody from the United Arab Emirates. So here's their pictures up here. They signed the Abraham Accords then. Okay, and here we have a coin that goes along with Donald Trump and the Abraham Accords, I think. And these are Abraham Peace Accords. But first of all, notice that what you see here is a sword, even though these are peace accords. This is doublespeak. This is how the enemy's kingdom works, how the beast works. Okay, so there's so much symbolism in this sword that's on this coin that's linked to these peace accords. For instance, you see it looks like a needle, maybe the vaccinations. See the needle there? You have something that has to do with doctors or healthcare, I think. This heart with this wave going through it. You have, what is this? Gosh, I don't know what that is right off the back. I can't think. You have satellite systems. Right? Bouncing radio waves off of them. You have cogwheels of technology. Looks like a palm tree with dates. I'm not sure how that's connected. You have zeros and ones. That's digital code. And then what is this? Is this a cell phone with some signals going off of it? There's a rocket, a peace dove, and then is that Saturn? I don't know. So there's so much symbolism here connected to this so-called peace deal that's imaged through a sword with all this stuff in it, okay, that's connected with the peace deal. So this Abraham Accords peace deal, made involving, President Trump was part of it. It was signed on September 15th, 2020. So just 3 years from that would have been September 15th, 2023. So we have in October, someone broke a peace deal over there in the Middle East. I can't say if it's really connected with the original group that made the peace deal, but a peace truce was broken. Okay, because that's when we record that Hamas went in and did the attack on Israel, and then Israel retaliated. That was just after the Feast of Tabernacles, October 7th in 2023. Okay, so let's see, September, October, November, December, January, February, about 5 months, no, almost 3.5 years after the Abraham Accords peace treaty was signed, we have another announcement that was made by the media. This is in February 2024. There was an announcement made, or several articles that came out about Obelisk materials being discovered in the human gut. Obelisk materials were discovered in the human gut. And I'm mentioning this because I think it's connected to everything that's going on here. I actually wonder and speculate about, is it connected to the medical intervention and injections that were given, and thereby connected to this peace deal. Okay, so I hope my computer's not glitching here. Sometimes it does that. But here we have it. For the first time, scientists have spotted rogue bits of RNA colonizing the bacteria in our gut. These obelisks, as the researchers have dubbed them, may represent a whole new class of infectious agent. And February 16, 2024 is the date given for this announcement to the public. This is about 3.5 years after the signing of the peace accord, and I wonder and speculate, is it related to the injections? And is it a type of abomination in the human temple? Because when you look up obelisk, it's some sort of structure that's used to give homage to a certain god, one of the fallen gods. Okay, it's a pagan structure related to a false god worship, and it's found in the human temple. So I wonder if that is connected to a sort of abomination. Okay, so then we had an announcement and I hope my computer's not glitching. I'm trying to slow down here on purpose. We had an announcement in January 2024, Florida Surgeon General announced that expressed concerns about the mRNA vaccine and if there were risks of DNA integration, foreign DNA integration with the vaccine as far as it being put into the human bodies. To me, that was another major announcement by the powers that be, that they had done something to try to alter the God-given human DNA, which of course would be a sort of like an abomination in the human temple. You know, in the Bible, we are the temple of God. We are the temple of God. And we are the third temple. You know, God will dwell fully in human beings through his Holy Spirit. And then we have the event where the red heifers are being talked about in Israel. You know, supposedly they're getting ready to sacrifice some red heifers before Passover this year, 2024. Passover this year, 2024, would fall on April 22nd and 23rd. So that's just over 3.5 years, once again, from the signing of the Abraham peace accord. So I guess what I'm looking at here is these are events occurring like halfway between a 7-year period, if you count from the time they signed those Abraham Accords. And so would any of these events be connected with the Abomination of Desolation, that's mentioned as a major point, at least initiation point, or, of the Great Tribulation, the last 3.5 years of it. Okay, so I don't know, judging on the big shift that happened after the eclipse, the Great Tribulation is upon us, imminent or already in play, and, events are just playing out. But I wanted to cover those events. Also, as far as the red heifers go, if they were sacrificing something on a mount to clean a temple for the Messiah, of course, those of us that believe Jesus Christ is already the Messiah, that would be a type of sacrifice that would be a type of abomination on the Temple Mount or whatever. So there's that too. And of course, you have an event that leads to the Revelation 11 event where the holy city is trampled underfoot for 3.5 years, or for a certain time it's trampled underfoot. So could that be the event that's upon us? Anyway, I sense that we're at the beginning points of the Great Tribulation, as far as I can assess. Okay, I'm going to end this video here, and I would welcome your comments below. Thanks for watching. If you can subscribe, that helps.